A Chuk-Chuk comes into a shop and asks, "Do you have color TVs?" "Yes, we do. Give me a green one." Speaking of green, do you know what is small, green, and super cute? If you don't know, you will see it in what follows, more precisely in Easter eggs you probably missed in The Mandalorian Chapter 13. I think now you know who is small and green. Hello everyone and welcome to Top Things. I leave you to enjoy what is coming because it is crazy. Number 1.
Vader's voice.
In their first altercation, the reborn Emperor Palpatine tells Kylo Ren he has been all the voices he's heard in his head through the years, pushing him to embrace his dark destiny. Those voices include that of Kylo's grandfather, Darth Vader. And for a brief moment, Vader's original voice, performed by James Earl Jones, is heard. Number 2. Unnatural abilities. While clarifying how he has mystically gotten back to life after a pretty decisive passing in The Return of the Jedi, Palpatine discloses to Kylo Ren that the dark side of the Force is a pathway to numerous capacities some consider to be unnatural. This is actually what Palpatine said to Kylo Ren's granddad, Anakin Skywalker, when he previously attempted to persuade him to turn into his student in Revenge of the Sith. Number 3. Lifting rocks. Rey's presentation in The Rise of Skywalker sees her gliding off the ground in a sort of Jedi contemplation with a lot of rocks skimming around her. This is a continuation of a running gag from The Last Jedi. As a component of their exercises, Luke Skywalker disclosed to Rey the Force is not just about lifting rocks. Then, at the finish of the film, the demonstration of lifting rocks on Rey's part spares the whole resistance. Here, Rey's as yet lifting rocks with the Force. Number 4. Training droids. Rey's Jedi Preparing Obstruction course incorporates the utilization of a preparation droid fundamentally the same as the one Luke Skywalker utilized with Obi-Wan Kenobi back in 1977's Star Wars. Number 5. A celebration 42 years in the making. Rey, Finn, and Poe's excursion to discover a Sith Wayfinder starts on a planet amidst a festival that, we're told, just happens once at regular intervals. The number isn't picked indiscriminately. The Rise of Skywalker opens in venues 42 years after the primary Star Wars. Number 6. Counting the days. During one of their first Force discussions in the film, Kylo Ren asks Rey, "Do you actually tally the days since your folks left?" Although it went unmentioned in The Last Jedi, in The Force Awakens, we in a real sense see Rey scratching the quantity of days she's been abandoned alone on Jakku into the mass of her home. So it's really a decent inquiry. Number 7. A familiar introduction for a familiar character. Similarly, as the legends are spotted by First Order stormtroopers, they are safeguarded by a puzzling man in a veil who ends up being Lando Calrissian, Han Solo's old sneaking pal and partner. This introduction reflects Lando's presentation in Return of the Jedi, where he's uncovered to be in camouflage as one of Jabba the Hutt's royal residence monitors. Number 8. I've got a bad feeling about this. It's an unwritten standard of Star Wars that somebody says this line in each film. It used to be Han's expression, yet with him gone the obligation tumbles to Lando, who says it as he watches out at the appearance of all the more First Order powers at the desert planet hosting their 42-year get-together. Number 9. A speeder chase. Another Return of Jedi reverberation. There are a great deal of them. The scene with Lando leads straightforwardly into a speeder pursuit that reviews the focal point speeder succession in Jedi. Number 10. Quicksand. At the point when the speeder pursuit finishes up, the Saints are thrown into a major heap of a sand trap and are instantly gobbled up by the ground. In spite of the fact that the conditions are extraordinary, it certainly brings out that renowned waste disposal unit scene from Star Wars. Number 11. A big underground monster. The sand trap scene leads straightforwardly into one in the passages underneath the surface, where Rey experiences and afterward recuperates a major monstrous snake beast. The entire succession inspires the early scenes from Return of the Jedi, where Luke Skywalker gets unloaded into the pit underneath Jabba the Hutt's royal chamber and ends up in a battle with the tremendous revolting beast called Malevolence. Number 12. Who is the child? To Mando, it would seem that the youngster and Ahsoka aren't talking. However, as we learn in The Mandalorian Chapter 13, the Jedi don't generally have to address banter. They associate through the Force and find out much about one another. It turns out the youngster has a name, Grogu. Who knew? He quickly begins reacting to it too, so he probably was super befuddled this while when Mando was calling him everything under the paired suns other than Grogu. Strangely, Ahsoka uncovers that Grogu was taken in the methods of the Force. He prepared under numerous Jedi Masters during the Clone Wars. At the point when the threats arrived at Coruscant, he was concealed away and smothered his Force capacities. This had the result of making those years very fluffy in his memory, and it's produced a ton of dread. Among that and his connection to Mando, Ahsoka understands that Grogu is a Force-delicate person who could go down a hazier way. Being his instructor would be a danger. She's, as of now, observed a decent Jedi go to the dark side as a result of dread and connection, all things considered. Ahsoka may never get over her stun of finding that Darth Vader was her very master, Anakin Skywalker. Yet, Mando is tenacious. Grogu is intended to be prepared by her and be with the Jedi. In this way, they go to a choice. If Mando enables Ahsoka to bring down the Magistrate, she will prepare Grogu. Number 13. A John Williams cameo. John Williams gave music to each of the 9 Skywalker motion pictures, and he gets a smart blind bring in the film as the barkeep of the obscure speakeasy that Kerry Russell's Zori Bliss drives the legends into to discover the droidsmith Babu Frick. Number 14. Finn wants to talk. Finn continues attempting to have a genuine discussion with Rey all through the film, however, never has the opportunity. While that could be a meta-editorial on the way that the rise of the Skywalker is so overstuffed with plot, there, in a real sense, is not an ideal opportunity for discourse scenes. It additionally reviews how, in Return of Jedi, Luke continues attempting to disclose to Leia they are kin, but never really does until the finish of the film. Number 15. I know what I have to do. At the point when Kylo Ren experiences the memory of Han Solo on Endor, he says, "I understand what I need to do, yet I don't have a clue whether I have the strength." He said precisely the same line to Han not long before he executed him in The Force Awakens. Number 16. One last I know. During their discussion, the apparition, or memory, or whatever, of Han will tell Kylo, "I know," giving him one final opportunity to drop his notable line from The Empire Strikes Back. Number 17. Lifting an X-Wing with the Force. The huge show-stopping second during Luke's preparation on Dagobah in The Empire Strikes Back is Yoda lifting his X-Wing out of its parking space at the lower part of a marsh. In The Rise of Skywalker, Luke's apparition gives back in kind, lifting his X-Wing out of the waters of Ahch-To with the goal that Rey can utilize it to arrive at Palpatine's mystery base. The boat was seen quickly in The Last Jedi. Number 18. The Holdo Maneuver. Talking about The Last Jedi, it is referred to in the scene where the Resistance discusses strategies for pulverizing Palpatine's new armada, the Final Order. Beaumont Kin, played by Dominic Monaghan, recommends they utilize the Holdo maneuver named after Admiral Holdo, who utilized a generous leap to light speed in The Last Jedi to clear out an entire group of First Order ships. In The Rise of Skywalker, we're told the Holdo maneuver is a 1,000,000 to 1 shot and that it wouldn't work again regardless of whether they needed to attempt it. Sorry, Laura Dern. Number 19. The Voices of the Jedi. At the point when Rey gathers her solidarity to at long last decimate the Emperor, she hears the voices of a considerable lot of the Jedi who have preceded her, urging her to battle on. They incorporate Mace Windu, played by Samuel L. Jackson, Yoda, voiced by Frank Oz, Luke Skywalker, played by Mark Hamill, Anakin Skywalker, played by Hayden Christensen, Qui-Gon Jinn, played by Liam Neeson, and even Ahsoka Tano, played by Ashley Eckstein, and Kanan Jarrus, played by Freddie Prinze Jr. from the different Star Wars animation arrangements. Number 20. One last tour of the galaxy. After the Resistance crushes the Final Order, there's a brisk montage of their boats in ruin everywhere on the system, including Cloud City from The Empire Strikes Back, Endor from Return of the Jedi, and Jakku from The Force Awakens. It likewise reviews the comparable closure of Return of the Jedi, particularly in the special editions. Number 21. The Last Slide. The film's last scene is set at the old Skywalker property on Tatooine, which is an Easter egg all in its own, if a conspicuous one. The subtler second is when Rey utilizes a bit of trash to slide down a sandrise into the Skywalker home, a callback to her presentation in The Force Awakens when she utilized another shoddy sled to slide down a Jakku sandhill out of the destroyed Star Destroyer where she was searching for parts. Number 22. Bird Creature. The most recent scene of The Mandalorian Season 2 apparently highlighted an appearance from the Morai, an owl-like fowl animal that is intently attached to Ahsoka Tano. The convor can be seen at the 15-minute 29-second sign of Section 13. The Morai appeared in Star Wars Rebels, with the convor seeming on numerous occasions close by Ahsoka. What's more, the arrangement finale of the Clone Wars likewise highlighted the owl-like winged animal showing itself to Darth Vader during the scene's last minutes. The animal's backstory was clarified in detail when Ezra Bridger found the world between worlds. That specific plot point uncovered that the association among Ahsoka and the Morai was set up when one of the three Mortis Force clients, the daughter, spared the last by moving her life substance. Now, the presence of the Morai basically fills in as a token of Ahsoka. Which one of these did you notice? Leave a comment, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on notifications to be notified when a new video appears. Take care of yourself.